We are live.
Okay, we are here with a meeting of the Senate Rules Committee, and it is going to be a very short meeting today. We're just considering one of the bills that is sitting in Senate Rules that is a Senate bill, and that is S-99 that the Judiciary Committee has been working on. So I asked the Chair of Judiciary, Senator Sears, to come to us this morning and talk to us a bit about this bill.
This bill is in direct response to the allegations of child physical abuse at St. Joseph's Orphanage and then recently at Kern Hatton School. There have been further allegations of physical abuse on children. This bill would simply do what we did 2 years ago on child sexual abuse, and that is eliminate the statute of limitations. Obviously, the older the case, the more difficult it will be to prove. We heard testimony from a number of different folks about this bill. And, you know, I just think it's an important step forward for Vermont to recognize the pain that many of these children went through. Some of the most difficult testimony I've heard in my years in the Senate were from survivors from St. Joseph's Orphanage as well as Kern Hatton School. There was a woman in her 80s that spoke to us about the abuse that she took or went through at Kern Hatton when she was 7 years old.
So, Senator Sears, if you could repeat the last three sentences.
We heard from a woman who was in her 80s who had been at Kern Hatton School, who related to us the abuse that she took from the day she walked into Kern Hatton at 7 years old, and how she later became a champion of Kern Hatton as an alumni, trying to avoid having to deal with the trauma that she suffered there.
Thank you, Senator. So, Senate Judiciary Chair Senator Sears is requesting that Senate Rules release S-99. Now would be a time for Senate Rules Committee members to ask questions if you need clarification, or if there's any discussion that we need to have. I'm looking for a motion to allow S-99 to be released from Senate Rules. I see Senator Mazza.
You need a second?
I do not need a second. If there is no more discussion, I would now call the roll. Senator Mazza.
Yes.
Senator Hooker.
Yes.
Senator Brock.
Yes.
Senator, oh my gosh, Clarkson.
Yes.
Senator Ballant. The vote is 5-0 to release S-99 from the Rules Committee. Thank you, Senator Sears.
No, thank you very much.
And so I know we've had numerous questions on the H bills that are sitting in our committee, and I am doing due diligence discussing those bills with the committees of jurisdiction within the Senate and whether there will be time to give them adequate attention. And so if at some time in the next couple days we feel prepared to vote on this, I will call another meeting. But I don't feel we have enough information right now to make a decision on each of these House bills at this time. Questions? Yes, Senator Clarkson.
So I appreciate that thought. I'm just always curious. If we release them, obviously the chairs of the committees of jurisdiction can make their own decision about whether they have time to take it up. That we always have next session in one biennium. So
I appreciate it.
Whether it's held on our virtual wall or whether it's held in Senate Rules, is there a reason to do one over the other?
The only reason, as I see it from where I sit as the pro tem, is that once a bill is relieved, there's an expectation that it will then be moved out of the committee and onto the floor. If it goes to, in the public, Senator Clarkson, there is the expectation that once it is released, it is going to committee with the expectation that it will then come to the floor. I am not prepared to say that there is time on the calendar for the committees of jurisdiction to take adequate testimony. At this point, I'm meeting with those senators. That is the only reason. But just a reminder, as Senator Bloomer did tell us last time, any bills that are in Senate rules automatically are released when we reconvene in January. So again, having them in Senate rules right now does not mean that they will not be taken up in the future. It is simply a matter of, do the committees of jurisdiction have the time to deal with it? And I will, because we are live streaming, or, we will be on YouTube, I will explain to folks who are watching that Senate committees and House committees do not function in the same way. And I think that this is lost on some of our constituents. House committees meet, each member of the House meets in one committee all day long. Senate committees meet some in the morning, some in the afternoon. We as senators sit on two different committees. In a very short amount of time, the morning committees are going to be shut down and will not be doing their work. Both the committees of jurisdiction, or actually all three of the committees of jurisdiction dealing with the H bills that are now in the Senate rules, are dealt with by morning committees. That is part of the complication at this point. So just to make that explicit. So I know there is great interest in both these bills. And so as soon as I have a clearer sense from the chairs of those committees, I will reconvene in meetings. But I appreciate the question, Senator Clarkson, very much. So I thank you for your time. I know you all have to get to your next committee. So thank you, Senate Rules. I wrap this meeting up.